What's up, guys? We are back and I'm looking at some more WNBA and MLB plays in today's video. Yesterday we went 3-0 in that video, as well as having a great day in the DubClub with us cashing a 4-man, and also some were able to cash out the 6-man here because Pavin bumped down to 4 right there to cash out the 6-man there. So overall we had a great day yesterday, looking to keep it going with some more winners today. So we're going to get to these free plays shortly, but if you guys want a third play in tomorrow's video, be sure to leave a like on this video here. 175 likes, I will drop a third play in tomorrow's video also, and while you're down there leaving a like, you may as well subscribe to the channel also. That way you can also have those notifications on. That way you get in before these lines get bumped to get removed. But also one final thing is to check out the DubClub if you have not already. The DubClub gives you access to all of my plays sent straight to your phone and access to my Discord. With the link down there in my description, there'll be a special offer that pops up at the bottom of your screen, giving you a limited time discount. If you just click on that link, scroll down, there'll be a banner that pops up, giving you a limited time special offer, which has only a couple of spots left. And I recommend when you're getting in, the first thing you do is connect your Discord DubClub. That way you get access to all of these different perks, which come with my 6-man slips and also my 4-man slips, my community chat to talk to me and other members about plays or whatever's going on, as well as plays for my contributors and Asmi's Emo and Elo. Everybody loves Asmi's and Elo. These guys have been crushing their plays. Asmi's a big PGA guy who just crushes golf time and time again. You also have Elo here, though, who has been crushing it with the soccer. The chat has been going crazy for some soccer lately because of how good Elo has been doing. He's been posting some MLB and stuff too, which he had a pretty good day yesterday, going 3-1. So you can see how many different perks there are in this Discord here. But if you were able to get Pavin yesterday at 4, we would have cashed a 6-man now in back-to-back days. But again, we also cashed this 4-man here too. There wasn't one push there, but still. But the day before, we were able to cash out this one here for the Royals, turning $40 into $900. If Pavin had one more, I would have turned it into another 1,000, unfortunately. But I'm glad that most people are able to get Pavin in at 4. So you really are missing out if you do not join the DubClub, in my opinion. I truly believe that I have the best DubClub offered out there because of not just how much we win, but also the community. The community chat really is a good place to be around. I think you will enjoy it. It is a really fun place to be. That's also really positive too. So don't miss out on joining. There will be a link available in my description or in the type in the comment section. Click on that, scroll down, click on that banner so you guys can get a discount when you join the DubClub. And now with that out of the way, let's get to these free plays. Make sure they play responsibly and at your own risk. Leave a like on this video here and subscribe if you have not already. Let's get to these plays. The first play like on the PrizePicks board for tonight's slate of the WNBA is going to be over in the rebounds and the assist category. Now, I'm going to take Sabrina over 8.5 rebounds and assists tonight. I think she's in a great spot here. The tool that I'm using here is called Props Madness. Get it for yourself in my description and use promo code DOMG. I believe they also should get you a 7-day free trial too if you do use my code. But it's a tool that I use constantly for this for these WNBA and NBA plays. But anyways, you can see that she's been over this in 5 out of 8 games this year, which is about 63%. Last year, she was dominating this line, going over in about 84% of games, but it slowed down a little bit this year. She's coming off of just 10 last game, though, which came against Washington. And some of these misses came with only like 20 minutes there, 19 minutes there, and she only had one true miss there where she played about 32 minutes. This time around, though, she should go right back to seeing at least 30 minutes in this game, I'm expecting. They just happened last time they played Chicago. They actually won by about 25 points, so that's pretty much why she only saw about 20 minutes in that game. Because when there's a bad blowout game in the WNBA, it's pretty bad for all overs. They pull their starters pretty damn early. But you see that in that game, she had 2 rebounds and 5 assists. So she had a pretty good game for the assist. Not really for the rebounds with only 2, but again, this was only in 20 minutes. We should be expecting hopefully 30 this time, if this game does indeed stay close. Something I think could really give us a benefit here of the over is that Jonquel Jones is a game time decision tonight. If she is out, I think she's in a pretty good spot because last time she played without her, she played 36 minutes where she had 4 assists and 6 rebounds. Not really too worried about the assist number there, but the rebound number I think just gives me a little bit more hope for this over here considering she had 6 rebounds in that game. So there's a lot more rebound chances for her in that game. So it's just another reason why I think that's I like factoring the rebounds here, not just the assists, but also the rebounds into this rebounds and assist prop. But overall, I think the matchup against the Chicago Sky is not too bad either. Rebounds are a little bit tougher on paper, but again, if they're without Jones tonight, I mean that's just going to put her in a much better spot than if she was playing. And you see how other players have been though against this Sky at her position. You can see here that Arike did miss this line with only 6 with a 9.5 line, as every other player has pretty much been over their line. Paige Buchers, Natasha Cloud here, and also Caitlin Clark have all had at least 12 rebounds and assists against the same Chicago Sky team. So this isn't super recent, though. There isn't any games from June on this list here, but still. She just actually played the team that allowed the least rebounds per game last game, and she just was able to have 10 against them, which was mainly off of the assist there, but still She's like a minus 175 over 3.5 rebounds today. She's expected to have at least 4 in this game, which is just another great thing here, I think, for her, considering a lot of these misses that she's had, she actually went under her rebounds. 2 rebounds there, 3 rebounds there, and 2 rebounds there. This time around, she's expected to have at least 4. So I think she's in a great spot here, just based off of the matchup, the opportunity for Jones to be out, as well as the minutes that I'm expecting in this spot. Because if you see games where she's played at least 28 minutes, she's been great this year. She had at least 8 in all these games there. So give me Sabrina's over for her rebounds and assists tonight against the Chicago Sky. Before we get to my next play, if you're not yet on DraftKings Picks or have not yet seen DraftKings Pick6, is a newer app from DraftKings available in most states, especially if PrizePicks is in your state. It's a pretty good chance that DraftKings Pick6 could also be in your state. They've been doing discounts almost daily, it feels like, at this point. You also can get not only these discounts when you sign up, but also a play $5, get $50 instantly promo if you sign up using promo code DOMG. There's a link available in my description. But you see we have Sabrina discounted about 3 points down to 14.5, as well as Angel Reese discounted from about 12.5 rebounds down to 10.5. So 2 nice little discounts there in the WNBA, especially if you already like their overs for today. Not too bad of a discount there. So if you want to join DraftKings Pick6, get it for yourself in my description. Use promo code DOMG for those discounts, and they play $5, get $50 instantly promo. Now let's pivot over to the MLB where we were able to have that sweep in yesterday's video. The first play on the PrizePicks board in the MLB today is going to be Nick Castellanos. I feel like I take him almost at least 3 or 4 times a week at this point over his 5 fantasy score. They just always are shafting him with his fantasy score line. It really just makes no sense to me, and he's came through for us, I think, like all but one time at his fantasy score here at like number 5. But you see here, he's had more than 5 in 52% of games this year, but he's had at least 5 in 67% of games this year. His hit runs and RBIs line today is extremely favored over 1.5. It's like a minus 150 on more sports books. It's not a minus 134. It's just PropX is just dumb and kind of not showing the true value there. But it's actually like a minus 140 on a lot of these other sports books and things like that. But I think he's in a great spot because you can see he's been over his hit runs and RBIs in 58% of games, but he's had at least 5 fantasy score in about 67% of games, which those have a lot of correlation, by the way. Hits, runs, and RBIs to fantasy score, they're pretty similar in a lot of ways, but there's just more upside in the fantasy score, which is why he's been over his fantasy score in more games than he has his runs and RBIs line. And with it being minus 140 juiced on the over, it just makes a lot of sense to take the fantasy score on this spot. I also love the Phillies offense today. I think they're in a great spot against Colin Ray. In wins this year, he's actually been over this in 71% of games. At home, over an 80% of wins. So another just great stat there. Any home games this year, over in 78% of games. So a lot of reasons right there already to like Nick Castellanos and his fantasy score. By the way, if you're on a sportsbook, I actually like him to have a single in this game. I don't think that's too bad of a spot either. You could even take him to score a run if you were looking for like plus money, but I do prefer the single on a sportsbook. I think it's a pretty good spot here for him to have a single too. But you see actually his matchup now against Colin Ray. He has had 12 plate appearances against Colin Ray, but only a 182 batting average. However, he has had a 250 on-base percentage, so that's not too terrible. 2 hits, though, 1 home run and 1 RBI. The RBI coming from the home run, of course. But Colin Ray mainly throws the fastball, and Castellanos has a 330 on-base average this year, but against the fastball at 378, so already a pretty good sign there. Slider and the cutter he also throws, mainly the slider, goes down to a 205 there. The cutter, though, at 241. Overall, though, he should be throwing the fastball the majority of the time, or right around that, 48.5% of the time, where he has a 378 on-base average. I'm sure he'll strike out 1 or 2 times in this game off that slider, but still, I think he's going to be able to get at least a hit in this game. But they also should put him in some run opportunities, some RBI opportunities, and overall, Castellanos should be in a pretty good spot, especially with him favored over his hit runs and RBIs. 5 fantasy score on PrizePicks is just simply way too low. So give me Nick Castellanos yet again over his 5 fantasy score on PrizePicks. And now we're going to get to my third play in this video. If you want a third play tomorrow, be sure to leave a like on this video here. 175 likes, I'll drop a third play tomorrow. This next play I'm going to talk about is going to be over in the hits category because I like Zach Neto to get a hit in this game against the Oakland Athletics. Or not Oakland anymore, Sacramento, or whatever you guys want to call them. But I think that was a great spot to have at least a hit in this game here. I'm going to take the Goblin, where he has been over this in about 79% of games this year. You can see here also that they get to play now Mitch Spence here from the Athletics here. And against righties this year, the hit rate moves from about 79% up to about 80%. So nice little boost there. He's been pretty good against righties. But if a weaker history against Mitch Spence, where he's a 182 batting average in about 13 plate appearances. However, he still has 2 hits and a 273 slugging. So while his averages may be a little bit lower against Mitch Spence, he's also had a pretty rough year for the most part. Like he has a 4.09 ERA so far this year. In 44 innings pitched, 2-1 record. Like, it has not been super great for him. The Angels, I believe, are also pretty decent favorites here at home. In home games this year, he's been a little bit worse, but I'm not super concerned about that. Still has a nice little hit streak kind of going at home this year, or at least in his last 7 games. He's had a hit in 6 of his last 7 games at home. So with the Angels being favored, you can see he's also been over this in 95% of wins this year, which is awesome right there. Against righties, 19 out of 20 there at home. He's been pretty good overall, especially in those wins, which, again, the Angels are favored today, so that just gives me a little bit more confidence here in Zach Neto to have a hit in this game here, too. So I like all 3 of these spots a lot here. That would be Sabrina over 8.5 rebounds and assists, Castellanos over 5 fantasy score, and Zach Neto to have a hit in today's game. I do also like his over 6.5 hitter fantasy score if you want to take a little bit of a more of a risk, but overall, I do just like to hit for obvious reasons, just much more likely to hit. But I'm not done with the free plays yet, just a couple of reminders to not miss out on joining the DubClub. This will give you access to all of my plays sent straight to your phone, and access to the Discord where I post my 6-mans, my 4-mans, my underdog streaks. You get access to my community chat and also my contributors' plays here from Asmies, Emo, and Elo. I should also mention too that you can actually get a free month of my DubClub if you use promo code DOMG on an app that I'm affiliated with. Just take a screenshot, use my promo code, and send it to domgpropsvip@gmail.com. And I will send you back a free month of my DubClub. Here's some more free plays from the Daily Grind tool. This tool can show off the best bet to value plays on an app like PrizePicks or Underdog. Right now in PrizePicks, they love Miles Michaelis under 3 pitcher strikeouts, as well as some Valorant plays, some CSGO plays, as well as even Mitch Keller under his fantasy score here on PrizePicks. Even some 3-point combo value right now on Sabrina and Atkins under their 3-point makes. If you go to plus V plays, you can filter down to a 2-pick power play or same with a 5-pick or 6-pick flex. It is a really cool tool. So if you want this tool for yourself, you can get it for yourself in my description. Click on the fantasy bundle and scroll down, and be sure to use promo code DOMG. There's another tool available from the same guy sold separately, called the AS Generator, which is over 2,000 years of profit since last year. There are 16 slips on the board currently for like Underdog and Dabble, but there are some PrizePicks plays, of course, too. Right now, they like the 6-pick flex, which contains the value on Brandon Pfaadt over strikeouts. They also like Chris Bassett here under his hits allowed, as well as some WNBA value too on like Kelsey Mitchell under her points and assists. Profit margin about 2.82%. If you click on Bet on PrizePicks, it's just clicking on a link basically that puts into PrizePicks for you, just like that. Get this tool for yourself in my description by clicking on the slip generator and then scroll down, and be sure to use promo code DOMG yet again. Thank you for watching. I'll see you for the next video. Best of luck. If you must have made over $5,000 of profit on PrizePicks, you can watch this video on your screen right here.